Hey everybody, I'm back from the picture theaters. So apparently, like I said before, I was watching part 2 of Venom Let There Be Carnage. But this time, it's different to the part 1. This was more like a bit different to the corporate version of part 1. This was a story about Cassidy, who got abused when he was a child. And he was forced to go to the school for bad children, where he being picked on, but get kicked and picked on. This girl screamed at the kids. They fall down on the ground. They come together as one. But their happy ending fall apart when they get separated from the same prison, separate to a different prison. The only reason why they did that because they were too dangerous together. And then it started the story with Eddie Brock and Cassidy. Time and time again, Cassidy requested again to have an interview with him. And yet again, everyone had to comply. So he did the interview with Cassidy. Cassidy was telling Eddie Brock about his life story. How he got, pretty much mistreated when he was a child. But everything fell apart. When the next interview started, then he did the big mistake. The tentacles come from way into Venom's chest and attacked him. Butch Cassidy was shocked, and then he bit him in the hand. He was shocked. That's not the type of blood he hadn't tasted before. And then he took the bit of the symbiote and he put it in his mouth. And then suddenly, it was like happy, they came miracle, they were having fun, caps on the shirt kind of thing. Family friend, they were fighting against each other, they had a little breakup, but then, after all that, there was an execution. And apparently, everyone was there. But something happened. He had a reaction. Spikes come everywhere, around his body. It's an explosion that started. And then it was the birth of Venom's son, Carnage. And he had a plan. Apparently, he took the tongue right into one of the gun's mouth, and then he died. He did the same thing to the person. Took his clothes, took the car, raped out his woman. But then they have this idea of a wedding. It was called the Red Wedding. Everything was all falling apart. Then Venom comes in to the store. As that's the shopkeeper, his ex-partner, and his partner, who's, lame, who cares about him? He's only a doctor. So anyways, what she did, she flirted with Venom, went into her body, and demanded an apology from Eddie Brock. And then, the fights, they come together as one. But the problem was now, how were they going to figure out how to stop Carnage? And guess who showed up in the mix of all that? The cop. Because he was tailing him because the ex-partner braked him out. He was interrogating Eddie Brock. And then Carnage and Cassidy grabbed the cop, kidnapped the priest, apparently. The priest was in the church. And then they started getting married on the red rating. There was like the explosions in the cars and all that, because then he kind of realised Cassie's soon to be wife, or supposed to be. He was with the sound, and he got very angry. And Cassie said, he's really sensitive to sound. Well, it was getting closer and closer now. Apparently, Venom just went through, and then and then Collins come out, and Venom's like, oh, it's the red one. And he's like, oh, I'll let you eat anyone except for that guy. And then Collins it's like, I'm gonna kill you for it, but not you for it. It was funny and all that. It was like everywhere. But then it was the epic battle between Father and Son. It was like Star Wars.
I am your father.
Like Darth Vader and his son. Similar thing. Duking it out in a church. Or most like monasteries. Duking it out again and again and again. They were going to go Mario to Mario, but both of them collided. But then Carnage took it too far. He was going to take a wife. But then Venom knocked her out, like, and then she had to scream from the bell, and both of them, like the whole building went down. And then what happened was the bell, she was got to scream at the bell fall down. And apparently, he grabbed his own son. And then what he did, he devoured his own son. And all that, and then Venom, with his half face, he wanted a friend. He was telling the Rock, I wanted to have a friend. But then Venom said, F that. And he grabbed Cassie's head and devoured it. But there's a twist. The cop who had a chain around his neck, his eyes turn blue. And the ex told them to run, but they were about to separate it, but they had an idea. They went to the island, but then that was a good ending. They might be a sequel with the cop and all that, with the blue eyes. So cross my fingers, hopefully Marvel will do more of that. And all that. It was an awesome movie. You haven't seen part 1, I will recommend watching it part 1 first before you watch part 2. Go on Netflix, then watch it. And then if you like that, go see part 2. If you like both of them, you like some of them, just put the comments below and see which one is the better one, part 2 or part 1. But from that, thank you so much for everybody. I'll see you next time. Peace out. With Venom 1, I get 8 Thunderbolts. I gave Venom 2 9 Thunderbolts. Because, yeah, Venom 1 was good, but Venom 2 was much more better. It makes, the fight scene was more better because then they were colliding. The other one was like a corporal. So apparently, Venom 2 is a good movie to watch because it's different from part 1. There's some works they should do with part 1. Apart from that, it was good, but they need to work on the fight scene. I can't stress this enough. Apparently, they should work a bit more. They should really work really hard on this movie. But wow, Venom 2. It's more fun than part 1, but part 2 is more comedical and funnier. And the fun that had the comic strips with the Marvel on it. But the first one didn't, so I would give that a plus side for that one. For that one, I will give that another Thunderbolt for the logo of Marvel. All that note, thank you very much. I will see you guys next time. Peace out.